What up, YouTube? This is DavidLeeT back again with a new tag video. I got tagged by my good friend Devil's Toys UK2. His link will be down below. His question was, what 10 favorite comic books from your collection? So I went ahead and picked out 10 that I thought, you know, were my faves out of all my books, and decided to throw a video together for you guys. So let's go ahead and get this started. My 10th favorite is Supergirl, issue number 1, signed by Jim Brigman. This is number 1067 of 1500, and it also comes with a certificate of authenticity, as you can see. And I actually ended up picking this up at the flea market for 50 cents from some little old lady. She had no clue what it was. I guess she thought it was a magazine, but yeah, this would have to be my 10th favorite. My number 9 favorite is Archangel's first appearance. This is X Factor number 24. Archangel's always been my favorite X-Man of all time, so his first appearance would have to be in my top 10 faves. Real big fan of Archangel. My number 8 would be my first appearance of Black Falcon, aka Captain America's sidekick. This is Marvel Comics Captain America issue 117. And always been a fan of Falcon, mainly because he's Cap's sidekick, or his second or third sidekick after Bucky and Rick Jones, or whatever that guy's name was. I can't remember. But really happy to get this book. This is one of my recent pickups, and you're probably going to see this in my next pickups video. My number 7 favorite is Apocalypse first appearance. This is X Factor issue 6 from 1986. And Apocalypse has always been my favorite villain from the X-Men. And, well, him and Onslaught. I like Onslaught a lot too. But I always thought Apocalypse was one of the best badasses from the X-Men. Always been a really big fan of his since I first discovered him, like way back when I was like 5 years old, something like that. Big fan of Apocalypse, so he's got to make my top 10. My number 6 is my first issue of The Punisher. This is his first issue from his solo series, and big fan of The Punisher. Always have been. Love The Punisher. His personality, his vigilantiness, or whatever you want to call it. But The Punisher is one of the original badasses. You can't go wrong with him. And I think this book is definitely in my top 10 favorites. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My number 5 favorite is the first DC appearance of Captain Marvel, aka Shazam. Big fan of Captain Marvel. He's in my top 5 favorite DC character or heroes of all time. Always loved how he can turn from Billy Batson into Captain Marvel. And he's one of the only heroes from DC who can go toe to toe with those Supes and give him hell. So this one would definitely have to be in my top 10. My number 4 favorite is my first issue of Moon Knight. This is his premiere issue, his first solo issue. Huge fan of Moon Knight, as most of you guys know. Always really liked how he has the split personalities, and you know, he'll like go out of his way to take a punch instead of dodging it. So this guy's just a legit badass. He's definitely in my top favorites in Marvel, and one of the most underrated characters of all time from Marvel. But now I have his first premiere issue, his first annual, his newest one-shot annual, and his first appearance. Man, they got to give this guy a movie. I've said it 1,000 times, but this guy fighting off werewolves would be legit. And a live action movie, that'd be epic. But my number 3 favorite is my Captain America issue 1, signed by Rob Liefeld, as you can see. And I really love how Rob drawed Cap. A lot of people really hate on Rob Liefeld, but I always liked his style a lot. I thought he makes him look really cool, man. But this is one of my favorite issues of Captain America that I own, and it's signed by one of the greats, so this would definitely have to be in my top 3 faves. My number 2 favorite is my first appearance of Sabretooth. This is Iron Fist issue 14. This is the first time Sabretooth appeared in a comic book. Big fan of Sabretooth. Big fan of Iron Fist too. Another one of the most underrated Marvel heroes of all time. But always been a big fan of Sabretooth. One of the only guys to go toe-to-toe with Wolverine and mess him up about 80% of the time. Always loved Sabretooth, his personality, and really glad to get this comic. I got this comic for $4. The reason I got it for so cheap is because it's got a slight little, I don't know what you call that, just a little bit of bend right there. But other than that, it's mint, dude, like minty fresh. Really glad to get this. It's a great gem to go in the collection. Really glad to have it. And Sabretooth's first appearance is definitely in my top 3. My number 1 fave for my collection, and it's not Captain America, my Moon Knight first appearance, Werewolf by Night issue 32. Like I said earlier, Moon Knight's one of my favorites of all time. Huge fan of him and Cap. But if I had Captain America's first appearance, hands down would be my favorite. But this is a gem too to me personally. Huge fan of Moon Knight. Very glad to have this. And if I had to pick, this would be my favorite comic out of my collection. But that's my top 10 comics of my collection, my personal favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks a lot for tagging me, Leo. You guys please go check out Devil's Toys UK 2. His link will be down below. And the guys I'm going to tag, I'll tag JT of the Dead and Gene Paul Ace Peter. I'm sure both of these guys got monster collections. Put mine to shame. But if you guys watch this and you're up for the tag, please do it. Would be much appreciated. And like I said earlier, thanks for tagging me, Devil's Toys UK 2. And thanks for everyone watching. Hope you enjoyed. As always, be easy.